Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just came from work and I thought, why don't I do a YouTube video? As you can see the topic of my video. First of all, before I even say anything, to those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. I said I'm gonna be doing series of testimonies of how the Lord has helped me, the things that the Lord, how good God has been in my life. Maybe it's going to encourage somebody. And as you can read the topic of this video, yes, how my friend poisoned me. It is true. Things do happen in this life. So I'm just gonna go straight to the story and share with you and tell you how I survived, how God helped me, how God saved me from that poison. It's very funny. When you hear people say, be careful or choose your friend wisely, it's very true. Yeah, it's very important to be careful who you eat with, who you share things with, who you share your life with. Choose your friend wisely. They are good friends. I do have good friends I've known for years, for 15 years, for 10 years, but they're friends whose intentions are not good. And these people, they're the people that you least expect. So I remember this day, this friend of mine, we weren't that much close, but it's a friend who knew so much about me, and within a shorter period of time. And I remember one time they invited me to their place, so I went there and they made a very delicious food. I hear these things in movies. I hear these things from other people. I had not thought that one day I would ever become a victim. I did not do until today. I do not know what I did to this person to let him think of even poisoning me, you know? So I was invited. I remember it was dinner time, and we had an early dinner. It was around 5 because I wanted to I went to take dinner, and then I wanted to go see my parents in Ongata Rongai. That time they were in Ongata Rongai. And then on Sunday, it was on a Saturday evening, and then on Sunday I go to church with them in Ongata Rongai. That's usually what I used to do. So I went there, and I'm telling you, this food was so delicious. This person had taken their time to make this food. It was my favorite food. There was meat, I just loved. But for me, I had one behavior or tendency. Those people who are closer to me, right now I've forgotten. I don't do that much. But those people who are closer to me, they tell you, I do not eat anything before eating it, before praying for it. And this habit, my mom is the one who has taught me. Like praying for every single thing before putting it in your mouth. Then these people will say, oh, we usually pray in the morning and it covers everything that we eat during the day. For me, how I was taught, pray for everything before putting it in your mouth. So I go to this house, my favorite food. They cooked, they served, we ate, we laughed, we had good conversations. And then when we finished all that, I had to go home to Ngata Rongai. That time I was living along, I think I was living along Gong Road, but my friend was living a little bit far. So I passed to their place, and then after finishing eating, I went home. I didn't feel any effect at that time. I did not feel anything. I went and sat down, and then I started feeling like a little bit dizzy. I started feeling uncomfortable, like there's something wrong with me. So I didn't eat dinner at my parents' place because I was already full. So we went to sleep. That time I would sleep at my parents' place so that in the morning we would wake up together and go to church. And then on Monday I go to work, and then after work I go to my house. That's how I used to do. Now let me tell you something. at around midnight, I started feeling pain in my stomach. I started feeling pain. I'm sweating. It's, 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 it wasn't a usual pain. I started feeling pain in my stomach, like just things happening. I'm sweating. I'm becoming weak, and so many things are happening. And then I just said, "Oh, what might be wrong with me? Maybe I'm having ulcers, or maybe it's something." I never suspected the food that I ate. Honestly speaking, I did not suspect the food that I ate because first of all, it was yummy. It didn't taste like it had anything, and yeah. So after a while, on Sundays, usually my parents, they wake up so early because my parents are ministers. So the church is in Ongatarongai. So my dad usually wake up very early, and my mom, so that they may go and start the service. We used to have a morning glory. But that day, I started feeling pain, noticing something is wrong, sweating and stuff like that. But I didn't want to wake anybody up. I just stayed there hoping that it's gonna end, or it's gonna finish, or I'm gonna feel better. And then I fought that thing. I started uh, getting weak. And then my mom woke up very early, and she didn't talk to me. Nobody knew what I went through the night. And this time it's around 5. She prepared herself and everything. But usually my dad used to go to the church. They used to go to the church together. But this time round, my dad got so lazy. He didn't wake up as early as my mom. So my mom prepared herself and went to the church to start the morning glory. So everybody left, and then I could still, because when my dad moves or prepares himself, you could hear from far, like his voice singing, praising and stuff like that. You know he's awake. But I didn't hear that. But I'm in so much pain. And then he I don't know what told him to knock on my door. He knocked on my door and asked me, "Are you okay? Are you coming to church?" I told him, "Dad, I'm not feeling well." And then he looked at me. Immediately, fatherly instinct, my daughter is not doing okay. He's not feeling well. And then he came in. I told Dad, "I'm not feeling well." By that time, I had started seeing, I don't know what kind of poison they put in me. I don't know if it was a slow poison. I don't know. I cannot tell. But I will tell you why I'm saying it was a poison. Because I have even recordings of the said person confessing that they're guilt conscious, confessing to another friend that they feel so guilty. They poisoned me. That up to today, they do not, up to that time they confessed, they do not know why they poisoned me. They do not know why they wanted to kill me. So my dad noticed there's something wrong. That time I'm seeing all sort of things. My eyes were not, I don't know if my eyes were working or not, but there was so much going around. I could see darkness, I could see light, I don't know what I could see. I could see all sort of things. I could talk nonsense. I could try to talk, I'm not talking. And then my dad asked me, like, "What is wrong? What is happening to you?" I just showed my father my stomach. Like, something is wrong in my stomach. I'm sweating. All manner of things are happening with my body. I'm so confused. Still, I'm not suspecting it is that food. My mind is telling me, because I had ulcers, my mind is telling me, "Oh, maybe you have ulcers, or maybe you ate something that has a lot of acid and reacted with your stomach." He held my hand. That man prayed for me. He was shocked. He prayed for me and told God, "Please, whatever is happening now, I don't understand. My daughter doesn't understand, but please heal her." My dad, I will never forget that day. My dad claimed my soul back, because I felt like I don't know how to explain. I felt like that time I felt like maybe this is it. But still I don't know what's happening to me. He prayed for me and prayed for me and prayed for me for like 15 minutes. And then he felt that that's not enough. He prayed for another 10 minutes. Immediately I started puking. I started vomiting. In fact, I remember very well. I puked on his clothes. I threw up on his clothes. I puked things that looked, I don't know. I can't even tell. It's really traumatizing remembering that what happened to me. I puked and puked. I think all that poison came out after those prayers. My mom and the rest of the family don't know what is going on. They're still in church. And then I started feeling better. After vomiting, I started feeling better. But then now I started thinking, what really happened? I've never felt such a pain, even though I'm suspecting this is ulcers. No, I know how ulcers pain. I know how stomachache pain. I know how the food poisoning. I mean, the food poisoning of maybe you eating recklessly or eating bad food. This is not those kind of pain. This is a different pain because I was feeling like something is burning my stomach. I can't tell how I was feeling. But to cut the story short, it was poison. I was poisoned, but by a very close friend of mine. So my dad asked me, how are you feeling now? I told Dad, I feel better. Even my body had started gaining my strength back. I started feeling better. And then he told me, if you're feeling better, you just stay here. And I had to show my dad I'm really okay because I want him to go to church because they're waiting for him to go and preach. So I showed him I'm really okay. Some of you who are my relatives, my brothers, my aunties, maybe, or my friends, some of my friends, maybe you'll be listening to this testimony for the first time. Maybe I have never shared it with anybody, but this is exactly what happened. So he went to church. He cleaned up. First of all, before he went to church, he cleaned up the vomit, the puke and everything. He cleaned everything up. And then he went, prepared, and then he went to church. So when he went to church, he told my mom what happened. So my mom couldn't even continue with the service. She felt like the need to come and check on me. And then she came. Still, we don't know what was happening to me. I didn't know if it was poison or anything, but what I was feeling after I came to learn it was poison, now I could now understand. So I got better and life moved on. Life moved on until one day somebody calls me and tells me, hey, Joyce, there's something that I've heard and I have evidence. And this thing I cannot tell you on phone. I want us to meet. Because let me tell you something. Because I didn't know what was eating me up, I continued seeing that person like as friends. We were friends, because I never suspected poison. I never suspected anything. When my father prayed for me, I vomited and I was good. So I didn't go to the hospital to be checked. It was poison. And then the lady told me, can we meet up? I said, yeah. Now the mutual friend, this is the person who poisoned me, and this person, they are friends, but also not so close friends. But this person who poisoned me felt so much guilt inside them that they went and trusted this other person with that information and confessed. So I met up with this person and they removed a recording. Well, my friend, the person who poisoned me, confessing that she feels so guilty because They poisoned me, and they were poisoning me to die. They were poisoning me to die. Up to today, I've never understood. And if that wasn't enough, when they saw that I did not die, when they saw that the said person, the friend who poisoned me, when they saw me again and realized that I didn't die, they went somewhere to consult. Why am I still alive? And they were told, listen very carefully. This is where I want you to learn something. And they were told that I'm still alive because before I ate that food, I prayed for it. I prayed for that food. And during the time that the poison had started working, when the poison had started working, my father, who was my spiritual authority, was in the house. God delayed my dad to go to the church, a church where he goes very early in the morning. He never misses the morning glory. But that day, God delayed my father to go to the church so that he may pray for me when I was poisoned. So number one thing, this person was told that this poison did not work because this lady prays for everything before she takes it. And it is true. That time I used to pray for anything, like God, just a short prayer. Baba, natakasa hii chakula kwa damu ya mwana kondoo kwa jina la Yesu. Or Baba, nashukuru kwa sababu ya hiki chakula na kitakasa kwa damu ya mwana kondoo in the mighty name of Jesus. Kiwe baraka katika maisha yangu. Just a very short prayer. And those are the same prayer I said before eating that food. So this friend that brought me evidence, the recording, I have the recording. Up to now, I still have that recording in my phone. Everything. The voice, I could recognize the voice. Everything. Yeah. So she told me everything, how they went and consulted and asked. They were told it's because I pray, I'm very prayerful and stuff like that. And my dad was there on time. That's how I survived death, by poisoning from a friend. And this is a person I had come through for so many times. This is a person, I wouldn't say we were friends for a long time. No, we weren't friends for a long time. But there are people you just meet and consider friends. So I think I was wrong about them. So they confessed they had poisoned me. And they had poisoned me not to damage my stomach, not to leave me crippled. They had poisoned me to die. Sometimes I listen to that recording and I feel like crying. But God saved my life. It is not my dad who saved my life. It is God who saved my life. He saved my life because he wasn't done with me yet. Maybe they're watching me today. Maybe they're watching me today. I would want to tell them that. It is true I didn't expect anything like that from them. As much as they confessed to somebody else, they have still not gotten the guts to confess to me and asked for my forgiveness. But I want to tell you today that I forgive you. You poisoned me and you know I'm telling you the truth. You know I'm telling the truth because there are only two people you can never lie to. Your own heart and God. Your heart knows that I'm telling the truth. The only thing I can say that I have forgiven you from the bottom of my heart. Whether you asked for forgiveness or not, I have forgiven you. Secondly, if you're here and you're watching me, I would want to tell you that they are good friends. I still have friends that I've kept for long years. I have friends that they have been there for me. They've stood for. I have genuine friends. But may God give you a discernment spirit so that you may realize who is true to you and who is not. Because if you could sit me down and tell me that one day somebody would poison me, one day someone I know will poison me, I will tell you you're just speaking your own things. I had these things. I watched these things in the Nigerian movies, in the Afro cinemas, but I never thought that it would happen to me. The only thing that worries me, or the only thing that I think about so much, is what was the motive? Why did you choose to take out my life? What did I do to you? And if I had wronged you, why wouldn't you just sit me down and tell me, Joyce, you wronged me here? Why would you choose to end my life like that? But I'm glad that happened. You know why? Because you now know that I serve a living God. I'm glad that happened because now you know that God saves. I'm glad that happened because now you know that prayers work. Yeah. So my friends who are watching this, maybe some of you will believe me and some of you will not, but that's the truth. I just want you to ask God to give you a discernment spirit. Be careful with the people you call friends. Not everybody has good intentions in your life. That is one. Secondly, be a prayerful person. Be a prayerful person. Pray. No matter what, just pray. Pray. Be spiritually alert. Be spiritually alert. Because I feel like my father was spiritually alert to the fact that he felt that he felt like something is wrong somewhere. And he delayed to go to church. Can you imagine if he went to church and I was left there? Because usually I used to prepare the last and go to church. What would have been my fate right now? Be a prayerful person. Thirdly, tell God to put the right people in your life at the right time. Right people in your life at the right time. Right people to help you fight battles when battles arise. Right people who can stand in the gap and pray when you cannot pray. Tell God to put people in your life. People, when you're weak, they can stand and call the name of the Lord on your behalf. People, when you're weak, they can stand and summon the angels of fight. Summon the angels that go to a battlefield and fight on your behalf. Associate with people who know God. Associate with people who love Jesus. Associate with people who love Christ. Yeah. Be careful when choosing friends. Well, I won't talk much. I hope I just remembered the word that says we shall be poisoned and not die. There's a verse in the Bible that says that, just that I can't remember which verse. Tutakunywa sumu na hatutakufa. If I had my other phone, I would have looked for that verse. But I'm a living testimony that God saved me from a poison. Well, guys, that was my testimony. I'm gonna end it there. I don't want to talk much. If this testimony has encouraged you, please subscribe, like, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Maybe this is gonna teach somebody something. Yeah. And I'm gonna put another testimony, maybe probably next week. I have a lot coming, guys. I have a lot coming. Please support me and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that anytime I put a new video, you'll be notified. Until next time, guys, God bless you. Remember to be a prayerful person. God bless you.